Eerie reunion or sinister possession? What happened next to the girl who discovered her long-lost cousin clinging to her back? The shocking twist will leave you questioning everything. As the film began, the sun slowly descended below the horizon, stretching its rays and creating elongated shadows that spread across the entire street. Rio Hasegawa found herself standing in front of the aged door to her maternal cousin Toshio Seki's residence. The atmosphere was thick with a palpable sense of unease, as if the very air was burdened by the weight of a concealed history. The house, standing stoically, held its secrets tight, serving as a mute observer to a calamity that had marred the Seki family. With a hand trembling in uncertainty, Rio cautiously pushed the door ajar, crossing the threshold into a realm saturated with sadness and concealed truths. Murmurs of bygone days reverberated within the walls, while an unsettling tranquility draped over the interior of the house. The flickering lights, with their irregular and intermittent bursts of illumination, cast a mesmerizing display of dancing shadows upon the walls, creating an eerie atmosphere. Meanwhile, every creak emitted by the old and worn floorboards reverberated throughout the space with an unsettling resonance, further adding to the sense of unease and discomfort. As Rio cautiously made her way through the unfamiliar landscape, she couldn't shake the overwhelming sense of Toshio Seki's existence. It was as if his unseen presence loomed in every nook and cranny, casting a haunting shadow over her every step. Through conversations with her mother, Maki, she discovered a bone-chilling history that unfolded before her eyes: the gruesome demise of Toshio's parents and the foreboding inheritance they left behind. Maki's hushed words, whispered with an air of secrecy, conveyed chilling stories of ghostly apparitions and sinister spirits, weaving an intricate and haunting narrative that would linger in Rio's mind, even when darkness enveloped the surroundings. As the nights progressed inside the house, they transformed into a complex symphony of eerie disturbances. Rio's senses were heightened, as mysterious shadows appeared to gracefully sway at the edges of her sight. As whispers reverberated throughout the vacant chambers, every gust of wind elicited a chilling sensation down her spine. The house itself appeared to awaken, its very walls pulsating with a mysterious vitality that surpassed comprehension. With every creak and every subtle rustle of fabric, the suspense grew more palpable, causing the line between the natural and the supernatural to become increasingly indistinguishable right before her very eyes. The spectral presence of Toshio continued to cast a looming shadow over Rio's reality, remaining an enigmatic figure whose influence steadily intensified with the passage of time. The passing of days seamlessly merged with the arrival of nights, transforming the house into a realm where invisible powers reveled. The distinction between dreams and consciousness became hazy, and even the gentle radiance of daylight provided no respite or refuge. Rio's relentless attempts to escape only served to entangle her further within the clutches of the supernatural, ultimately forcing her to confront the unyielding malevolence of Toshio. As the boundaries of her world were undergoing a gradual and transformative shift, she discovered herself positioned on the very edge of an intimidating encounter with the enigmatic and unexplored realms that lay ahead. As Rio faced her own struggles, the encounter of her friend Midori added an additional level of mystery to the situation. Midori's vulnerability made her a prime target for the vengeful spirits that haunted the house. What started off as a seemingly innocent karaoke session took an unexpected turn, transforming into a terrifying and haunting experience. It was during this fateful night that the haunting memory of Midori's sister, Yayoi, who had mysteriously vanished, collided with the malevolent and sinister presence of Toshio. The air was filled with an overwhelming sense of foreboding, as an eerie atmosphere settled in, revealing the gradual fading of the once clear divide between the ordinary and the otherworldly. Madoka's relentless quest for the truth propelled her into the murky depths of the Seki family's intricate past. As she delved deeper into the enigmatic narrative of deceit and sorrow, the line that separated her fascination from the impending peril became increasingly hazy. Toshio's unyielding and persistent quest cast a foreboding and sinister presence over her ongoing investigation, while his ethereal figure morphed into a symbol of imminent catastrophe for anyone brave enough to venture forth in search of truths. Madoka's relentless efforts to communicate her findings only served to intensify the mounting unease, laying the groundwork for a climactic surge of dread that would engulf everyone in its path. Rio's unwavering determination solidified into an unwavering and resolute posture, as she defiantly stood her ground against the wrathful apparitions that yearned to take hold of her. The once peaceful house underwent a startling metamorphosis, morphing into an eerie and haunting battleground, where an intense and bone-chilling clash ensued between the living and the dead. As if engaged in a macabre dance that sent shivers down the spine, shadows contorted and squirmed, while the atmosphere sizzled with an ethereal power as Rio's resolve reached its peak. Each nook and cranny transformed into a possible peril, and every sound signaled an approaching menace. Her unwavering defiance, which she displayed with resolute determination, set the stage for a monumental and intense showdown that pushed the boundaries between the realms of life and death, while the resounding echoes of her relentless struggle reverberated through the eerie and ghostly halls. As the radiant sun slowly descended beneath the horizon, casting its final golden rays upon my Shono's relentless pursuit to unravel the enigmatic truth behind her beloved sister Yui's perplexing vanishing, an overwhelming and suffocating atmosphere emanated from the malevolent and cursed dwelling, steadily encroaching upon her very being. Yui's ethereal voice reverberated throughout the labyrinthine corridors, seamlessly intertwining with the enigmatic murmurs of the unfamiliar, creating an eerie symphony that filled the air. Mai's journey evolved into an enthralling expedition, delving deep into the mysterious depths where concealed horrors resided, their eerie presence magnified by the unwavering malevolence emanating from Toshio. As Mai continued to take each step forward, the once clear divide between the realm of the ordinary and the realm of the supernatural began to diminish, gradually fading away. This progression propelled Mai inexorably towards a looming confrontation, one that held the potential to obliterate the delicate barrier that separated the world of the living from the ethereal domain of the dead. As Soda Kitamura delved deeper into his investigation, he found himself embarking on a dark and ominous path, as his psychic connection with Aina grew stronger and more profound. Aina's telepathic visions, with their eerie accuracy, vividly depicted a chilling tapestry of the unspeakable horrors that had tragically unfolded in the past. These haunting images left Soda tormented by the ghosts of yesterday, unable to escape the clutches of his haunted memories. The boundary that separated the realms of reality and the supernatural became increasingly indistinct as their connection deepened, giving rise to an atmosphere saturated with an overwhelming sense of stifling tension. As the shadows whispered their secrets, the line between truth and illusion became increasingly blurred, leading Soda deeper down a path filled with uncertainty and growing dread. Soda found himself thrust into an abyss of paranoia and fear during his ultimate showdown with Toshio. As his sanity deteriorated, the very fabric of reality began to unravel, mirroring the distorted realms of the curse. The unyielding and unwavering determination to seek revenge from the spirits that were filled with anger and a desire for retribution completely changed the environment that he was once familiar with into a realm of absolute horror, where even the slightest hint of darkness concealed the potential of an unknown danger lurking within. As a suffocating sense of dread constricted around him, Soda found himself immersed in a series of final moments that escalated into a bone-chilling climax, testing the very limits of his humanity and sanity. Mai's resolute determination propelled her back to the dreaded house, where her destiny became intricately intertwined with the tormented spirits that resided within its walls. As she joined forces with the apparitions of Rio and her mother, the atmosphere became filled with a sense of eager expectation. Side by side, they stood together, presenting a unified front against the malicious entities that had plagued them for an extended period of time. The stage was perfectly arranged, with every detail meticulously prepared, creating an atmosphere that was charged with anticipation and tension. It was evident that a momentous battle was about to unfold, a battle that would carry immense consequences and hold the power to shape the destiny of all those involved. As the battle lines were drawn, the boundaries between the realm of the living and the realm of the dead began to fade, intertwining in a haunting and surreal manner. This convergence added an extra layer of complexity to the already intense conflict, heightening the stakes and intensifying the desperation felt by both sides. It was in this final, decisive struggle that the ultimate fate of all would be decided, leaving no room for hesitation or doubt. Deep within the confines of the accursed house, hidden within its very heart, the revelation of the malevolent curse's true nature was finally brought to light. The once peaceful demarcation that separated the realms of the living and the deceased morphed into a fierce battleground, where an ominous entity known as Toshio Yamaga emerged from the depths of obscurity, ready to assert its dominance. The eerie fusion of possession and malevolence entwined in a macabre dance unveils the uncanny prowess of Toshio to effortlessly infiltrate and inhabit the mortal vessels of others, bestowing upon him a supernatural ability to commandeer their very essence and manipulate their actions to his sinister will. Mai's desperate and frantic efforts to break free mirrored the utter hopelessness of the curse, as the air itself was saturated with a sense of despair and foreboding. In the chilling and unsettling culmination, the relentless hold of the curse persisted, an inescapable cycle of anguish that surpassed the limitations of both existence and the afterlife. As Yui's haunting laughter echoed through the cursed house, the climax of terror unfurled. sending chills down the spines of all who heard it. The merging of Kayako and Yui's forms, a chilling embodiment of the curse's relentless power, created a bone-chilling spectacle that left everyone in awe and fear. The eerie amalgamation of their beings brought forth a sense of dread and unease, as the curse's unstoppable force manifested itself in a terrifying and unforgettable manner. As Mai confronted the culmination of suffering that had spanned generations, a profound sense of hopelessness grew within her. The eerie murmurs emanating from the anguished souls, coupled with Kayako's metamorphosis into a hideous countenance of utter hopelessness, forged an ambience that was simultaneously captivating and chilling, luring the spectators deep into the very core of an unfathomable abyss. As Mai's fate became intricately entwined with the malevolent grip of the curse, the progression of the film took a sinister turn, gradually building up an overwhelming sense of terror and unleashing an uncontrollable wave of chaos. The visuals skillfully intertwined the haunting figure of Kayako with the fragments of bygone eras, intricately crafting a chilling narrative that transcended the boundaries of time. The fragile boundary that separates the realm of reality from the ethereal world of the supernatural suddenly shattered into countless fragments, causing a profound disruption in the fabric of existence itself. As a result, Mai, the protagonist of this enigmatic tale, found herself caught in a state of suspended uncertainty, her destiny now hanging precariously in the vast expanse of the unknown, devoid of any clear path or resolution. As the closing moments unfolded, an intense feeling of uneasiness and unrest permeated the atmosphere, as Toshio's mysterious presence continued to linger in the kitchen, serving as a haunting reminder of the curse's everlasting hold. The final part of the presentation delved deep into the aftermath that unfolded following Mai's courageous confrontation with the curse. Its malevolent and insidious influence continued to persist, leaving an everlasting and indelible mark on the haunted house and its tormented inhabitants. The resounding echoes of the past and present reverberated through the air, a haunting refrain that underscored the unending cycle of the curse and the inescapable destiny that awaited all who found themselves entangled within its clutches. The vivid and haunting imagery served as an unwavering symbol, a powerful testament that would forever preserve the indelible mark of terror left by the Siki family. It stood as a constant reminder, ensuring that the chilling horrors they had unleashed would never truly dissipate or be forgotten. The conclusion of the film skillfully intertwined elements of horror and ambiguity, effectively creating a sense of unease and leaving various narrative threads deliberately unresolved. Toshio's mere existence within the confines of the kitchen served as a profound and potent symbol, one that represented the relentless and unwavering strength of the curse that plagued them. As his ghostly presence lingered, a haunting reminder of the curse's omnipresence, it became increasingly evident that escape was futile and resistance futile. Meanwhile, Mai's desperate and barely audible plea for assistance encapsulated the profound sense of helplessness that enveloped all who fell victim to the curse's malevolence. In her whispered words, one could sense the sheer desperation and the overwhelming realization that they were at the mercy of a force far beyond their control, forever trapped in a web of torment and despair. The final moments of the performance created a captivating atmosphere that left the audience in a state of suspense, caught between a mixture of fear and eagerness. The chilling conclusion further emphasized the relentless hold of the curse on anyone brave enough to delve into its wicked enigmas. Thank you for joining us on this spine-tingling journey. If you dare to explore the depths of fear, remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more hair-raising content. Comment below to share your thoughts and keep the terror alive.